So today I want to discuss the start of the next Torah portion, which is Teruma. Now, Teruma means gift or contribution or offering. It is where something is given for the benefit of doing something else. A gift is something you give without expecting something back. So it has to do with our contributions towards Yahweh and the work in the kingdom. It's in relation with the contributions or the gifts that the people brought for the building of the tabernacle. Now what's interesting here is to see that the tabernacle in the future, we know it represents the body of Messiah, the household of Yahweh that is within. And what this means is that you need to give something of yourself in order to construct this house. Now if you think about that in the context of a fellowship, an assembly, or what people like to call a church, if you don't contribute to that assembly or that fellowship or that household, it's actually not going to work perfectly. So there's different ways of contributing. Yes, financial, if you set up a system that costs money, but you don't have to have the financial burden of having a building and a this and a that. You can get together in houses, and the example we have is in the book of Acts, where people met in houses, and the fellowship was all around the family unit and the combination of family units, and creating that nation, so to speak, the same as we saw in Exodus where the nation was created. It's just a little one of the picture of the bigger. And within that household or the nation, they each have something to give of themselves. So it's easy to give money or to give something, material. It's more of a challenge if you give your time, because that's a very scarce commodity. Because people don't have time nowadays. You spend most of your week working, and then weekends you love to spend with your family. So it is a sacrifice of your time to spend with fellow believers within the household of Elohim. But it is necessary. If you don't do that, you can't be part of this whole process which Yahweh put in place in the blueprint in the book of Exodus. So for us it's important to know that. We also know that in the New Testament it talks about gifts which Yahweh give us, which are called the gifts of the Spirit. And you're also born with gifts. You also learn abilities and skills which you can present as a gift as well, in order to sustain and uphold and help to keep this tent, so to speak, or this tabernacle intact, and create that space where other people can come in and be part of the household and the family of Yahweh. So don't be dismayed. Ask Yahweh where He wants you to be, where He wants you to join, and what He wants you to do. And ask Him for the gift of the Spirit within that household, so you can let Him work through you, and you can be a witness and a testimony of His good works that flow through you. It's not about us. The other thing I want to underline, it's all about the salvation of others, the salvation of the nations. We are a kingdom of priests. We are called for the benefit of others. And that's where our focus should be. The other thing that's evident is that we didn't speak about the last few verses in Exodus 24. The last we spoke about was the mountain experience. 74 men went up, 74 leaders, and they went up to eat with council members of Elohim in the presence of Elohim, which is Yahweh Elohim, which is basically symbolic of Yeshua, or it was Yeshua. The next thing that happened was they all came down, and then Yahweh called Moses back up the mountain, and he went up with Joshua. And he spent 6 days on the mountain with Joshua, and on the 7th day Yahweh called Moses up. And he called him for the purpose of giving him the tablets of stone. And Moses spent 40 days with Yahweh in the cloud. Where was Joshua? He was probably 40 days on the mountain as well. Or maybe he came down. I don't know. We'll probably read about that. I can't recall anything, but we'll find out. Moses spent 40 days on the mountain to get the tablets. But then the next Torah portion, Teruma, which is this week's Torah portion, talk about the instructions regarding the tabernacle. So receiving the tablets of stone included the framework or the structure to house the tablets. So in the same way, the 10 words were spoken. Now they need a medium to be captured upon so that it can be taught to the generations to come. So the concept of stone is the medium that convey the message. Now that is directly compared to or related to the tabernacle, which is the structure that houses the words of Yahweh. Just like you carve it out in stone, tabernacle is the medium that it's carved out within. And with everything that's happening within the tabernacle, basically resonate or echo the 10 words. So all the instructions that is to come, all the mishpatim are basically part of the words that Yahweh is speaking. And also the other thing is that the stone on which he wrote it is also compared to the stones, the living stones by which he's building his house. And Yeshua is the cornerstone, and the word of Yahweh is chipped in within our lives as well. So I want to leave you with that thought, and I'll speak to you soon, and have a lovely day. Shalom.